Good morning, fifth grade. Shall we get started with our fifth grade reading materials and reading work for the year? I think so, and that's why we gathered here for this video. I want you to listen carefully to the things I have to say during these classes and follow the instructions as closely as possible. With any of our videos that we do in fifth grade, you may pause and rewind, or pause and back it up and move forward, or whatever you need to do to get a full understanding of the instructions. Well, we're going to start reading this year, not with lessons and not with stories and books and such like that. We're going to start a little bit slower. This is so that I can become a better teacher for you. And what I'm going to start with is something called the reading benchmark for the fall. This benchmark is sort of a tool I use to find out what your skills are strong in and what skills you need to have some work with. And that information gives me an idea of how to be a better instructor, how to teach the materials that we're going to be going through, and fine-tune it to each one of you if I can. So it's real important over the next 3 days that you take your time with this. Now, the packet that I'm talking about is in your pouch that you got at the startup. All you need to do is start off by filling in the top right corner. And then taking your time and reading the material. Now, it's several pages and it can look huge because there's a lot of reading involved. Don't forget to look on the front and on the back. There are lots of questions that need to be filled in for multiple choice. There are questions that need to be filled in with extended answers where you write out some sentences, a paragraph. And then there's some completion questions where you actually are going to be making answers based upon the reading that you've done. So your benchmark is going to take about 3 hours approximately. So I've scheduled in your week schedule this time, or this week, enough time, 3 hours to do this. So we're going to have this video today, and I want you to get started on this. Work on it for about an hour today. Then tomorrow, during your reading time on your schedule, pull it back out and spend another hour doing the work. And then finally on Wednesday, doing a third time. If you need more time, well, that's fine. I do want it to be finished and completed and then returned to me here at school. So how do we do that? Well, at the startup, you got pouches that looked like this. They were full of materials and paperwork, including this benchmark. And the idea is that for both Mr. Cooper's classes in math and science and in my classes, you need to try to get the work done during the week and bring this back. We're hoping to get them all back on Friday, and then we will give you a new packet, a second one, for the following week. That way we keep this exchange of paper going. So that's the way that the pouches work and how we get paperwork, hard copy, back and forth. So for the beginning of the year, unfortunately the iReady reading diagnostic isn't working yet, so I thought we'd do this paper and pencil one, and I would be able to get started on improving and fine-tuning my lessons for you. So with that, let's see my notes here. 3 days. Yeah, I think that covers all the information for this. So take your time. Make sure that you take plenty of breaks. When you're reading it, read the materials. If you're reading an article, for example, this article here, if you're reading an article, then read it 2 or 3 times. Only answer the questions when you fully understand what the questions are and the reading. So once you've completed the entire thing, get it back to me. Thank you very much.